Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Off the Press, the program where we take a look at all the headlines making the rounds. It's been a rainy morning in Lagos, and the forecast is it's going to be raining almost all day. So please do the needful. Take a brolly and mind how you go about today. Everywhere will be messy. I'm not doing this alone. I have for company to help us make sense of the headlines, a legal practitioner, Daniel Odupe. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Let's start with the Punch. We have a couple of papers, so we'll just go ahead and start with the Punch newspaper now. I'm under pressure to release ministerial list, says Buhari. And there are two writers to that story. I'll only appoint persons known to me. President Lawan denied, saying list will be submitted this week. Well, it was widely reported that there is a high possibility that the president was going to submit the list as of today. And that information came at a Tuesday or Wednesday, and I was really skeptical about it. Apparently, well, the day's not over yet, so we might still be surprised. All right, we also have another one. Nigerian lawmakers, police, judges, most corrupt, says TI, National Assembly kicks. Reports not based on scientific method. That's according to the Senate. Poor Nigerians increased from 86 to 98 million in 10 years. That's according to UNDP. External debt servicing gulps $357.26 million in just 3 months. You might want to go read that one as well. There is this picture on the front page. Not too good. Looks like people arraigned, the police at work. It says police arraigned 38 Shiites for criminal conspiracy rioting. We know they've been, picking up the pace with the protest for their leader's release. They say he has a lot of lead in his system and needs medical attention. That's it on your screen. Some of them in hillocks are going away. Adeleke family alleges betrayal, rejects 2022 PDP governorship ticket. Generator fumes kill couple, 5 children in Rivers. Ex-governor stopped from stealing 11.5 billion naira hours to hand over. That's according to the EFCC. Who is this possible person? All right, we have the Punch back page, cabinet game changer or business as usual. Friday musings with I. Well, the president, that's what's on the front page. So I guess we'll just start off with that ministerial list and the brouhaha around it.
For me, it's a very worrisome situation, if you ask me. You recall that after President Buhari was sworn in 2015, for over 4 months after that, we didn't know who our ministers were going to be. And here we are again, this how many months after I was sworn in again? For me, and then I'm really worried about the fact that he said that he's going to appoint only people that are known to him. There's nowhere in the world where things are done this way. Nowhere in the world. He's a former head of state, we know that. But no single person, the country where we have over 20 million people, knows all the good people in all the sectors. You know how these things are. It's very sensitive positions. Somebody demand the health sector, the power sector, the education sector. These are positions that are highly sensitive. You need people who have the highest level of capability and what have you, and experience. I won't be surprised if he doesn't know them. And now he's telling us boldly that he's going to appoint only people known to him. Already we know what happened the last time. So, and if you ask me again, this is even an indictment on the presidency, on the administration, because it means that he's saying that, look, because he made it clear that some of the people he appointed the last time were not known to him. So he's basically saying that, oh, I want to do differently this time around. Probably, implying that, he wish he didn't do it that way the last time, that maybe they didn't do well. I can understand if you want to appoint people that are known to you for positions like your chief of staff, like your secretary of government federation and what have you. Yes, loyalty is the most important for those positions. But when it comes to other important positions where you need technical capability, I'm surprised that Mr. President says he wants to appoint only people known to him. I mean, it's a no-no for me. It's uncalled for.
What about all the noise that seemed to be going around this ministerial list? Do you actually see it coming out anytime soon, or are we going to wait for another 3 months? It's
unfortunate. Like I said earlier, I mean, you will never find this kind of situation anywhere in the world. Do you know how much we're losing in terms of investor confidence? When there's so much uncertainty, you do not know who's going to head a particular sector of the economy and what have you. It's a big deal. No responsible government we address issues like this way. We are not even sure. We don't know whether it's going to happen this week. It is late enough already. It's if you know what this means in terms of investment, in terms of the what it means for the economy, where there's uncertainty is a no for the economy. Nobody will take it serious if you handle things like this. It's just unfortunate if you ask.
There are so many talking points on the Punch newspaper. I think we should just stay with it for a little longer. The Shiite case is captured here. They've seemed to up the game as per protests. They've done it in Lagos already and in Abuja. And in Abuja, it's the second day in a row. We don't know whether it's the second day in Lagos already. What do you make generally of this and the government's stance on not releasing this man over 4 years after he was detained?
I don't know what possible explanation they have. And again, unfortunately, our government, the government of the day, does not have a track record of handling situations like this properly. Ordinarily you can say, oh, okay, because I can imagine the only explanation they will have is, oh, national security and what have you, but...
Yeah, that's actually the touted
exactly.
reason.
But then they do not have a track record of handling situations like this. So it's a huge cause of concern. I just hope that we do not have another brewing insurgency in our hands, and if you look at it this way, the fact that the judiciary does not agree with you says all you need to know, because clearly there's a standing court order saying that you should release this man. So if you cannot even convince your judiciary, you cannot even you can't convince the judiciary to say that okay, maybe, because that's probably the way it should be done, because clearly there's a court order saying that you should release the man. And
do you think that there's anything that can be done to compel the presidency, because they are the executive? But do you see any sort of, because this has been like a pressure point, that's one of the things that people use to get reaction from government, but this has been on over time. Even the National Assembly is speaking up that the presidency should let this man go. What other method do you think is there to compel the president to listen to the judgment of the courts?
Unfortunately, in civilized climes, this is the way. They've gone to the courts. They've secured the court order. They're protesting. What more do you want? The National Assembly is speaking up now. What more do you want in a society where the government listens to the people? For people to go this far, it's clear enough. And again, in a sense, the government is encouraging people to take the laws into their hands, because now if they start carrying weapons and start fighting, you say, oh, these people are violent after all. But now they've done what they need to do. They've gone to the court. They've unfortunately, the only thing I can see them doing again is, if they want to remain civil, is to keep protesting and keep talking. Because apart from that,
no matter how civil you look at it, people are being injured. Some are in hospital. Properties are being destroyed. Things are getting, out of control. Well, we certainly look forward to a resolution to that. Let's take a look at this one. Poor Nigerians increased from 86 to 98 million in 10 years. Does that worry you? Absolutely.
It tells you all you need to know. I know that the government of the day will try to, for the past 4 years, in my opinion, they kept on blaming the past administration, while nobody will excuse the past administration for their failings. You've spent 4 years. We're going into the 5th year now. So you can comfortably say that 5 out of the 10 years we're talking about has been under your watch. So if things keep getting worse, then it shows that maybe there's a lot of room for improvement for you as well.
All right, we spent quite a number of minutes on the Punch newspaper. Let's go to the Nation newspaper now. The screamer here revealed Kaduna politician behind Tinubu 2023 items. APC stalwarts alleged ambition souvenirs traced to Dubai. I frankly cannot wrap my head around that one. I'll take it again. Revealed, it's on your screen by the way, Kaduna politician behind Tinubu 2023 items. APC stalwarts alleged ambition souvenirs traced to Dubai. I'm under pressure on cabinet list, says Buhari. We've dealt extensively with that one. Abdurazak's result authentic, says WAEC. Elza Zaki, police arraigned 38 Shiites. We've taken that as well. This one says TSA, government rakes in 10 trillion naira from NDAs. Buhari nominates Muhammad for CJN. NNPC dispels petrol scarcity rumor. Dollar rain for Eagles for the game that they're about to play. CBN policy frees 750 billion naira for loans. That's another one also on the front page, just behind that picture there of the CEO GT Bank. All right. We also have other headlines here. Magu, powerful forces frustrating anti-graft war. That's at the very bottom of the page. And bandits kill 4 in Benue. Okay, that's another one for you on the front page. This screamer is really intriguing. There's a red banner right above the revealed Kaduna politician. You will see NASS threatens to attack South African interest in Nigeria. Of course, we know that the number of Nigerians that's been killed in recent times has risen to 127, and Nigeria is not taking it lying low, it seems. Apparently, they're talking tough. On the back page of the paper, The Nation, we have a piece between pressman and statesmanship. That's for Aremo Shegun Oshoba. Hardball, Eagles chop banana. Banana. I don't get that one. Please, Daniel, which of these would you like? Can you speak on this?
Absolutely. It just got to tell you, what goes on behind the scene. I mean, there's more to what we see, the things that we see in the headlines and the news and what have you. Because I remember when this news broke out, then you were saying, "Oh, Tinubu is trying to influence the leadership, to influence the choice of leadership for the National Assembly, so that he can fulfill his 2023 ambition." But now it's looking like people are trying to put all kinds of stories out there. I won't be surprised if it's true. By the way, politicians go to any length to discredit their opponents to achieve their agenda, and it just interestingly, it's not limited to Nigeria. It's done all over the world. But I'm not surprised. Absolutely, it just tells you how far they'll go to paint the picture, to influence the mind. Because now I don't know what the calculations are, but this is clearly skewed towards a determined hand. You say, okay, Tinubu is trying to run for presidency, and and the man I'm not even sure he denied this, but it just goes to show all kinds of power play that goes on behind the scene, just for people to
ordinary Nigerians have no clue whatsoever. We only see what we see on the papers. That's a little bit distressing, to say the truth. All right, there's this one on NNPC dispels petrol scarcity rumor. We've had them do this over the years, and you still get to hear, there is a hike in petrol prices. Even as it stands now, petrol is not sold at the same price across states of the Federation. Some sell for that 145, some sell 143, some sell 140, but they're saying there is no scarcity at this moment. Would you?
Yeah, I hope they have the situation under control. Constitutionally speaking, they have the responsibility to take control of the downstream sector, and in fact the oil sector generally. So I just hope that they have, because because like you said, like you rightly pointed out, in the past they've come out to say things like this, and at the end of the day, we still experience scarcity and hoarding and what have you. So let's just hope that they have it under control this time around, and they do their job.
Quick thought on this NASS threatening South African interest in Nigeria before we move on.
It's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, and yeah, I guess the good is while I would not encourage violence and what have you, I just hope that our leaders will rise to the occasion and take a very tough stand. And then it goes to show that, look, in the scheme of things, we are not in a good bargaining position, because ordinarily, just imagine that that citizens from South Africa or South Africans or citizens from other parts of the world are being treated this way. In Nigeria, that they can actually deal with us properly. But for a long time now, this has been going on, and the Nigerian government has not been able to deal decisively. It's a cause for concern, because it shows that we're not in a good bargaining position with the government. in terms of trade.
But when you say bargaining position, what do you really mean?
Okay, so basically what that means is international politics. Okay, so if, for example, I'm a core investor in your country, for example, or in terms of international trade, there are a lot of benefits that you gain from my country, then you cannot just do things a certain way. That is why a country like the US, for example, you cannot mess with their citizens, because if you do, without even going against you in terms of military power, economically speaking, they can impose sanctions, they can do all kinds of things. In fact, they might not even go as far as full-fledged sanction. They can just take decisions here and there, executive order, and then you feel the heat, to make you sit up. Unfortunately, as a nation, we are not doing, our house is not in order, so we can't command respect. We can't say, if you do this, I'm going to deal with you. You can't say that. So,
do you see us riding this tough through, or it's just the usual tough talk, and then after a while things go back? Do you actually see an action? Because this time it's not just any Nigerian, it's a Nigerian who holds a high position in that country.
Interestingly, this is the NANS, this is the National Association of Nigerian Students. This is not even the government speaking out this time around, and it's unfortunately...
Yeah, but the government says they're following up with investigation. They're going to be in the middle. Ariwa, she's been talking tough as well, that they're not going to take things lightly with the government of South Africa. Do you actually see an outcome that will be pleasing to the Nigerian people from this?
Interestingly, from my little experience, how this is done is that, look, you come out boldly and say, this is what I'm going to do if you do not adjust the situation. They just keep saying, because I can imagine that behind the scene, what they're basically doing is to appeal and just say, you guys did the right thing, and but in international politics, that's not the way things are done. You drop subtle threats here and there that the other party knows that you are capable of bringing to fruition. You understand? So it's unfortunate that it just shows, for me, it just shows that, and again, it brings to fore the issue of good governance. The fact that Nigerians are over there and then they're treated anyhow. I mean, it just goes to show that things are not done properly at home. That our house doesn't.
If it were, we wouldn't be looking for greener pastures outside.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what's on this day newspaper now. I saw just a little bit of this before I left the house this morning. Jonathan calls for implementation of the 2014 Confab report. I don't know if you've seen that report. I just saw a bit of it. I was quite sad that I didn't get to read all of it, but I definitely will after now. He's calling, looking at what's going on in the country, apparently. And then there's this screamer here: intrigues, intense lobby, delay submission of ministerial list. Buhari meets National Assembly leadership. CBN mobilizes military support for textile industry. 6 security agencies patronage for local fabrics. That's something else for you on the front page. That's it on your screen now. You also see the story of Atiku's witnesses, how APC rigged election in Kaduna, Borno State. That's another one for you. Just beneath what's on your screen, there you have it. And then, of course, double honors, the picture of the GT Bank CEO, managing director, something to do with an award. Dangote Otedola boosts Super Eagles morale. That's trending as well on social media. And on the back page of this day newspaper, we have salute to the Duke of Possibilities. Who is this Duke of Possibilities? You might want to go read up. It's a postscript by Waziri Adio on the back page of this day newspaper. Okay.
Okay, so basically, I'd like to react to the call by President Jonathan for the implementation of 2014 Confab report. It is a sad reminder, because President Jonathan was in a position to implement this report. Right before the elections, the general elections of 2015, he was in the position to implement it. But because of political gains and calculations, again, I keep saying it, look, we need people who are well-meaning, who put the interest of the nation first, ahead of their own interest, ahead of their personal interest. He was in a position to implement this report, but because of the 2015 election, he kind of relegated it just so that it can be an instrument to make himself come back. But if you understand that, look, I have a mandate for 4 years. I will do my best in these 4 years. I will not be distracted by the possibility of coming back. It's just unfortunate, and now he's calling for it when he could have done it. It's just a sad reminder. It's a sad story.
A quick look at the Vanguard newspaper headlines here. Of course, the Shiite clash is the prominent thing. Shiite clash with police in Abuja. Protest in Lagos. That's it on your screen. Details on page 9. At the top, we have presidential poll, how JTF rigged polls for APC. That's witness speaking. Ministerial nominees, we haven't gotten Buhari's list. That's the Senate. Kaduna Assembly rejects commissioner nominee for criticizing Governor El-Rufai. Implementing 2014 Confab report will solve Nigeria's problems. That's our former president, Goodluck Jonathan, speaking. Still on the front page. No to Godfather rally. That's a rally at the National Museum grounds in Benin City, Edo State. Of course, we know what's playing out in Edo State politics at the moment. Basaki seems to be showing making a show of strength as to his leadership in the state. And of course, the claim that there's a plot to come and take over the assembly in the state as well. I want to go read the intrigues on the Edo State politics and the Vanguard newspaper. And of course, Headers Farmers clashes. Presidency welcomes Tuara's report to UK Parliament. Same-sex marriage, Methodist Church Nigeria to pull out of church. Eve. This is the first time ever I'm seeing a same-sex marriage issue on the front page of a Nigerian newspaper. I could be wrong. But quickly, we don't have much time. Which of these would you like?
Okay, so the plea for forgiveness by the headsmen.
Yes, that's the invasion of Imo community. Forgive us, headsmen beg indigents.
Yes, I hope that we will forgive them, and I hope that they will not keep, taking the laws into their hands. Thank God the Uga thing is not, is not laid low. I just hope that it will be finally put to bed. We just forget about it, and because it's just and I think this is a step in the right direction. When you are dealing with a host community, when you are somebody who is not an indigenous of a particular place, it's very important that you respect the custom in that land. You respect them. You do not come and boss it and load over them just because you think, oh, in the scheme of things now you have a upper hand. It's uncalled for. So I just hope that this kind of spirit will continue, that because it's very important for peaceful coexistence, living in harmony with your host, making sure that you do not put them in a position where they feel threatened and they want to send you packing or what have you. It's just important. Okay,
any other headline you want to quickly speak on before we take a look at the sports stories?
Okay, so the one says that, well, I've not been privileged to read that, but so far in Nigeria, it's a crime anyways too.
Yeah, so it is a crime. That's why I said I was a bit surprised to see it on the front page of a Nigerian newspaper. I could be wrong. This is the first time I'm seeing any. All right, we'll take a quick look at sports before we wrap things up this morning. Vanguard Sports has Dangote Otedola pump dollars on Eagles. I like that phrase, pump dollars on Eagles. Okay, that story has been trending for a bit. I was marked out. That's Igodalo speaking. It's Nigeria-Algeria semi-final battle Sunday at 8 p.m. for those that might want to watch that. 2019 FIFA Under-17 World Cup, Eaglets to face Ecuador, Hungary, Austria. Let's see what's on Complete Sports now. We have the story of Dangote is also here recaptured. Of course, the semi-final. And of course, each player to pocket 25.9 million naira in bonuses so far. Kanu hails Super Eagles' great teamwork. We all know who Kanu is. It needs no introduction. Inter wants 2-year Lukaku loan. City lines up Alves swap. Okay, just stop quickly on the...
Okay, so I'm really excited about the news that billionaire Dangote and Otedola, about to splash the amount of money on the Super Eagles. Before now, as you know, the issue of money. In fact, in this particular tournament, there's been an issue. The fact that whether they're going to get their unpaid bonuses and what have you. I hope we'll get to that point someday where money will not be an issue. But this is clearly a good step in the right direction. Hope they can finally put the issue of funds to the background and focus on the
game. Thank you very much, Daniel, for coming on the on the Off Press this morning.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, and thank you for your company. We hope you go grab a paper from your vendor and take a intense look at some of these headlines we've highlighted for you. My name is Felicity Ezewike. Take care of you now.